Honeywell Forge RNP consultancy is here to help business jet operators with U.S. registered aircraft obtain operational approval to fly RNAV RNP procedures that require special authorization, otherwise known as RNP AR. RNP AR has been around for more than a decade, and Honeywell has been guiding operators through the approval process since the beginning. The goal of the consultancy is to reduce time and make the complex approval process effortless for the customer. Because of the closed obstacle and terrain containment areas that are designed into RNP AR procedures and the tight navigation tolerances required, the FAA and regulatory authorities worldwide have special certification requirements for the aircraft and crew. U.S. registered operators must comply with FAA guidance and Advisory Circular 90-101 and obtain LOA or OPSPEC C384 prior to conducting RNP AR operations. Due to the complex nature of the application process, substantial coordination is required with the FAA. We act as the liaison between the regulatory authority and the customer, coordinating mandatory meetings and handling all questions or issues that may arise. We start the consultancy first by gathering the necessary documents from the customer that are needed for the application. We send a document checklist to make this easy. They include things like current AFM excerpts, training certificates, and logbook excerpts showing current FMS software. Next, we take a look at the customer's SOPs and AFM checklists to ensure no procedural gaps exist that are required specifically for RNP AR operations. Then we provide a written RNP AR operations supplement and crew checklist that are submitted as part of the application package. Next, it's time to coordinate and schedule the mandatory application pre-planning meeting with the FAA, otherwise known as the Kickoff Meeting. Along with the customer, this meeting is attended by the Principal Operations Inspector from the local Flight Standards District Office, the Headquarters Flight Operations Group, and the Aircraft Certification Service. An overview of the aircraft's RNP AR capabilities is given, along with how the operator will show compliance with AC 90-101. An overview of the application schedule is also discussed. And as mentioned earlier, Honeywell will handle the coordination, scheduling, and will present the information to the FAA. After the kickoff meeting is completed, Honeywell builds and submits the application to the FAA. The application is reviewed by multiple levels and typically complete in about 4 to 6 weeks. We keep the customer informed of any updates by the FAA on the review status. The final step in the application process is a mandatory validation test with the FAA. This is a demonstration that the operator has adopted the approved procedures and checklists into their daily operations. Operators who use Honeywell services will only be required to complete a tabletop review and static evaluation. Honeywell develops the validation test and prepares the customer. After the validation is complete, the LOA or OPSPEC C384 can be issued. Honeywell also offers support services like navigation database validation, which is required for RNAV RNP operations. Since data accuracy is critical for these types of approaches, regulatory authorities require the coded data for the approach be validated each cycle. Honeywell service is approved by the FAA and meets the requirements for data validation. Operators also receive a validation letter listing the procedures that are in the database. The following is a list of supported RNP AR certified aircraft, and they include the Gulfstream G450 and 550, Gulfstream G650, and Gulfstream G500 and 600, Embraer 170 and 190 series, the Hawker 4000, the Dassault Falcon 900 EX EZ2, and the Falcon 8X, which is a new certification. The RNP AR capabilities of the aircraft will be clearly stated in the aircraft flight manual. Next, we'll discuss a little more detail about RNP AR procedures and some of the operational benefits being seen. RNP AR procedures are designed with a narrow, linear obstacle containment area with only 2 times the required RNP, with no secondary obstacle boundary, and they may also include curved flight paths called RF legs in any segment of the procedure, including the approach final segment. Further benefits will be realized with the development of RNP AR departure procedures. More than 400 RNAV RNP procedures have been published in the U.S. to improve arrival efficiency, and NAV Canada has implemented them at many Canadian airports as well. In addition, RNAV RNP approaches are published at numerous international locations around the world. Some of the benefits customers are experiencing are greater access to mountainous or terrain-challenged airports like Bozeman, Montana, Monterey, California, and even Kathmandu, Nepal. Deconflicting traffic at high-volume airports with traffic flow constraints like Chicago Midway, Teterboro, and Trenton, New Jersey. And having a stable approach to runways that cannot support a straight-in procedure like Atlanta DeKalb Peachtree. Honeywell offers both consultancy and navigation data validation services at a competitive price. If you're considering adding RNP AR capability to your operations, please email Flight Technical Services at fts@honeywell.com for the latest pricing and more information.